Welcome back, and of course on the final lap on Rubbing Minds, I have with me two very special guests. We have Nelson Ekujimi, the Executive Chairman, Committee for the Protection of People's Mandate, and also a news editor, Jude Egbers. Now, we were talking about, before the break, the role of the people now. A lot of fingers always been pointed to the top, to the top, to the top. But I want to find out what your take is on the average mindset of the Nigerian who is out there analyzing, pointing fingers. But back at home, there's very few things have changed about the Nigerian. What's your take on that?
Well, my take on it is that we have developed this attitude of doing most of the talking without taking the actual action, acting. And like what has played out in US now, you see a lot of people on the streets following the victory of Mr. Trump, and you ask yourself, if these people were conscious of the power of the ballots, where were they on election day? A lot of people will make all the analysis, but when it comes to the actual voting, they are nowhere to be found. And we all know that democracy is a game of numbers. Or definitely, maybe if some of these people who are aggrieved now had exercised their franchise, maybe the result would have been the other way. So it's a lesson for us Nigerians that, look, the only way we can change our country is by playing our own role as citizens.
What about you, Jude? What's your take on that?
I think we haven't reached that stage yet where voters actually know what's at stake. There's still a lot of stomach infrastructure around the place. You know what that
stomach infrastructure.
You know what that means. Where you get food in exchange for votes. So people do not know the power they have in their votes, and people do not know the power of the ballot just yet. And what we've learned from the American election is that's not just a Nigerian case, it's a global thing. Because if the voters in the US if a lot of them were as sophisticated as they said they were, they wouldn't be voting for Trump, given all that he stands for. So back home in Nigeria, we haven't reached the stage yet where voters actually know why they're voting for this candidate. A lot of it is just done on the surface, but progressively, I think we'll get there someday.
Okay, let me move on to Nelson here, talking about voting and the people. I think it was just yesterday, if I'm correct, the new governor of Edo State was sworn in, Mr. Godwin Obaseki, and what's the political climate there was almost. Was it getting heated, if I can use that word, in terms of the back and forth? But what's your take on Edo State now?
Well, my take on Edo State is that I am very happy that we've had a smooth transition from Governor Adams Oshiomhole to Godwin Obaseki, and I want Governor Obaseki to take a cue from what happened in Lagos when Mr. Babatunde Raji Fashola took over from Governor Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to build on those legacies that Governor Adams Oshiomhole put in place, and even go further, to surpass whatever achievement Governor Adams Oshiomhole must, have done. Because I was personally on ground in Edo for the election. I monitored that election, and I saw the enthusiasm with which the people came out to vote. Even though some people claim that people were monetarily induced.
Yeah.
I had a lot of it, but the truth of the matter is that as an observer, it is not my responsibility to be asking people, did you collect money to vote?
It's just to observe.
It's just to observe. So the responsibility for such alleged infractions of the law is that of the security agencies. But be that as it may, I expect in the next 4 years that Mr. Godwin Obaseki, will have, up the ante in Edo State, and people of Edo State will be happier for it.
Thank you very much. Nelson, Jude, thank you very much for joining me on Rubbin Minds today. And to those of you at home, thank you as well. Make it a date, same time next week, 3 p.m. right here on Channels Television. I am Bimileke Oscar Inson. Have a wonderful week ahead. Bye for now.